When we think about Mental Health Awareness Month, I think we think about our goal with our kids, with our family, and I think it would be to raise healthy people, to be healthy people that can be a part of a healthy community, a healthy, thriving community. And so when we look at kids and their development, we really can't separate mental health or brain health from cognitive health or cognitive development and language development. It all has to be considered together because it takes brain health and physical health and development to grow into a well-adjusted, healthy person. And sometimes we start to see indicators of mental health in kids. We don't know if it's normal childhood behavior and personality or if it's something that needs to be addressed. Parents ask that a lot, and so I always tell parents that some of the indicators of good mental health are curiosity of a student or a child, someone who's interested in their surroundings, someone who wants to learn, someone who manages emotions and can kind of settle themselves without real intense intervention. So if you're seeing that, you're probably dealing with a child that's reasonably pretty well adjusted. If you have concerns about that, if their behavior starts to interfere with relationships, with school, with sleep, with habits, with health, that would be the time to ask for help or ask your pediatrician or a mental health practitioner to kind of help assess what's going on with the child. This is a big concern and a personal concern to me. I have 6 kids. I lost my son Micah to suicide in 2011, and we didn't see it coming. I didn't see a child that was depressed. I didn't see a kid that was anxious. I didn't see a kid that seemed to have any difficulties that I was aware of, except that he had some life-changing issues at the end of his life that he struggled with. I came to be aware that he dealt with some of those struggles and confusion and difficulties with alcohol. In fact, he was under the influence the evening that he died. So what I've come to realize is that mental health is kind of like a wobbly table. And when you have a wobbly table, you try to figure out what do you have to do to stabilize it? What are the factors you have to look at? So if you're working with a person who doesn't seem stable or doesn't seem to be able to regulate emotion or is having really intense emotion, you want to look at the factors that try to stabilize a person. That's why I think service dogs are so important for people with mental health concerns, because they can be one of those things, one of those items in their life that helps stabilize. It builds a connection. It's a being that you can feel responsible for and take care of, and a being that returns that favor to you and cares for you and takes care of you. We had the privilege of having a service dog named after my son Micah, who's working now with a young girl who I think is graduating from high school. And this dog serves to help her function physically and stably in her environment. So just being mental health awareness, open the discussion with your family, talk to your kids about how to deal with stress. We teach them to floss, we teach them to wash our hands. We need to teach them how to deal with emotion. How do you handle life when it's hard? And so I appreciate the mental health awareness because it starts the discussion.